Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have state-of-the-art training facilities, and we have just reached the 1st of September in what honestly felt like the most difficult transfer window I've ever done. Not because of the fact we couldn't bring talented players in, but more because of the fact I didn't know who I wanted to replace and who I needed to bring in. It was annoying, but at least we got some progress and made some good stuff happen. The question now is, what happened in the transfer window so far, and did we make it to the Champions League phase? And also, what's happened in the league? Let's find out together, shall we, as we go through the transfers first. Milan Beresnik has gone out on loan to Dorojoska Strata. He needs first team football. They're going to give him first team football, so even though he's never going to be homegrown in club or nation for us, I felt like his development was more important than that, and we have enough players that can cover the homegrown rules. So as far as I'm concerned, not the end of the world, he's not going to be homegrown. If anything, I'm enjoying the fact he's going to develop, and I want him to do well. The fact he's improving is nice. He just needs to start scoring goals. He's also played in the Conference League, so that's a good sign. But the first big bit of news was Carlos Forbes has left us for £13.5 million, though admittedly it starts at £11.5 million, and he's left us for Bournemouth. He's homegrown nation, so that's why they wanted him. And as far as I was concerned, we couldn't turn down the money. He was on the last year of his contract. He wasn't agreeing a new deal. He didn't want to talk a new deal, so I had to sell him, despite the fact I didn't want to sell him. It's just unfortunate that's the case, but £11.5 million for a player that we got for free a few years ago, that's great business, and I'm hoping that he thrives at Bournemouth. He has played a lot of games so far, but mostly for the bench. I hope he starts for them soon, because I want him to do well for them. This sell was not something I wanted to do, but more I had to do it because of the fact we would be losing out on a player otherwise. But I have started to look at potentially bringing players in on free transfers. This guy came up as one of them, Ibrahim Kalon. He's a free transfer that we sent out on loan to Aidka. They're down in the 3rd tier now. They got relegated. I don't know how it happened, but it did. This guy's a decent 2nd tier player. I'm hoping that he'll do well. The fact he's managed to get himself nearly suspended from the cup game already is interesting, but okay. He's played 4 times for his team. He's got 2 starts, 2 substitute appearances. It could be better, but he's a free transfer, so it's not terrible. We're looking to make a profit for this guy as far as I'm concerned. But another player that we brought in and sent out on loan is Miroslav Streka. He's out on loan to Selena, who we bought him from for around £600,000. The fact I can make this kind of deal now and it's not going to hurt me is nice. He is a promising centre-back who does have injury problems and inconsistency problems, but I think I can make a profit from him if things don't go well. I like him. He does need some work, but he's good. 6'6", 16 jumping rate, 60 aggression, 16 tackling. He's got a lot of potential to do well, and he's starting for his team. So he's played in Europe 3 times. He's played in the league 2 times. So the fact he's now playing for his club is a good sign as far as I'm concerned. And we picked him up nice and early. So in a few years' time, when I decide to try and loan him out to clubs in our nation, he should be able to be homegrown in nation eventually. It might take a while. But I found Carlos Forbes' replacement in Mauricio Diaz. Now, he's one of 2 players that can be really good in the role. We bought him for a fee of £5.75 million. He got a goal and an assist on his debut, so Colo Colo once again has proven to be a very nice hunting ground for us. It's another right winger from them, which is ironic, but I like this guy. Resolute personality, was 18 when he joined, so could become homegrown nation in the future, which again is very, very useful. He's consistent as well. I don't see any injury problems. I don't know about his big matches problems, but that's decent either way. He is a winger first and foremost, and yes, he does start as the midfielder on the right, not the attacking midfielder on the right. But we can definitely train to play there. I feel like we've got good talent here, and he can play the role nicely, even if he's mostly a right-footed player. But that's fine, we can work with that. It's not the end of the world. He's got 2 goals in 2 games so far. I think he's going to be fine. And the last player that we've brought in is Alexa Lazarevich. Now, he's unhappy right now because I couldn't fit him into the registration for the Champions League, but I brought this guy in for a record transfer fee of £7 million. He's done well on his debut, and I'm very, very excited about him. He's natural in both attacking midfield and centre midfield, and I'm using him as Mazzala. I know what you're thinking. He doesn't fit all the roles. He does not fit all the attributes needed. His tackling is not great, but everywhere else, his passing, his technique, his vision, his first touch, his flair, his balance, they're very, very, very good. And I think he could be a superstar for us. Professional personality, already has 9 caps for Serbia. He's only 19, which means he will never become homegrown in nation or a club, which is a shame, but he's really good. He had a season at Partizan last year where he mostly started 17 times. He was starting this year as well, and I thought, I might as well bring this guy in. We got nothing to lose. This guy could be exciting. We've already got Andre Santos. We've now got this guy as well, and with Andre Santos, Lazarevich, and Tojano, I think our midfield looks very, very good right now, and that's promising. Also, yes, he's 5'2", but let's be honest, I don't need him to be tall. I just need him to be very, very good in his role, which he is. But then I sent Okeke out on loan to Rijeka, where he could be sold in the future. Now, it's a loan deal with a potential optional future fee of £2.3 million, so we could make good money here. I don't think they will sign him for that because I don't think they have the money. I could be wrong. Let's check this now. They don't have the money. He doesn't fit the homegrown rules for us. He's not homegrown nation or a club, so we could afford to let him go. Also, my backroom staff are pretty much telling me, yeah, this guy is kind of rubbish. We should sell him. He's not good enough for the club. So when I got my record signing, this guy was the victim of being replaced. So it makes sense in my mind. Let's send him out on loan. Given we got him on a free transfer, I think we've done well. We're already making good money here. So what more could I have done? Julio Cesar is out on loan as well. He's at Twinsin. Now, I know what is not ideal. He's not amazing. He's 20. I don't think he's going to get to his full potential, but if I can make a profit from a guy we signed for nothing, I think we've done well. Also, there's a reason why I haven't used him. His only performance was a 5.9 rating. So I feel like I'm justified in not really trusting him right now. He's definitely a second team player. He is a decent player for the division, sadly enough, and he's consistent. It's just, unfortunately, his only game for me was terrible. So I'm going to try and make a profit from this guy. I might try and sell him in the summer. But for now, he's out on loan. I hope he does better there. The last person we're going to talk about is Hagedus. This guy has been useful for me the last 2 years. He's out on loan to Stuttgart, and I think, you know what? They came in for him. Homegrown nation, homegrown club already. We might as well use him. He's a leading player for the second tier. Why not get him at first team football? He has played for me in the league and got a goal on his debut. He has scored in the cup as well. So, as far as I'm concerned, he's quite decent at the role. He just needs to get some first team football and we'll be fine. But if you look at the transfer so far, we've not made all the money in the world, but we've also only spent £2 million compared to what we have bought in. So, it's not terrible. We're making some good moves. Have I made complete sense in all my moves? Probably not. But let's be honest, we're looking to long-term future games, I think. It's always nice to have the opportunity to try something new, isn't it? But now, let's go over the games we've had since we last met. The first game we had was against KUPS in the Champions League, and Torrijano scores the opening goal from his free kick. to give us the lead. We make it 2-0 from this corner, Tojano takes it, and it's found by Vahos. And then we win the game, Boxe outdoing Tojano's free kick with his own. A very good finish, and a good start to our Champions League campaign. We then took a Depreseni and had to come from 2-0 down to get a 4-2 victory. They scored the penalty first and foremost, and in 73 minutes in, we go 2-0 down. And I started to think, are we about to lose our first league game of the season for the first time in a very long time? No, we're not. Andre Santos decides to get this goal back. What a way to get your debut goal. And then we scored a second and the equaliser in the 82nd minute of the game. Andre Santos involved again. He finds Noel. Noel finds the back of the net. And I did rotate a little bit for this game because I didn't think we'd be losing. But then we brought players on. We started to score goals. Noel finds where Bledo scores this goal to take the lead. And then we get the fourth goal to really cement the fact that we can just turn the game on its head completely. Salazar with the goal this time. A really nice finish. 4-2 was the final scoreline. And we deserve to win, even if the XG says otherwise. But that's because they got a penalty. And we did okay here. I'm really happy with this result, despite the fact it took so long for us to get going. But okay, as long as we won in the end. We then went to Finland and it could only win by a 0-0. Kusara gets the only goal of the game. It was a good finish from him. And we win 1-0 tonight to win 4-0 overall over 2 legs. It was a good performance. And perhaps we deserve more than this, but it wasn't the end of the world. Unfortunately, Salazar did get injured, so that was a problem. But we did rotate a little bit for this game. And it makes sense that we probably weren't at our absolute best as a result. We then took on DS Jury and could only draw 2-2 against them, despite the fact we're a bad team. They scored twice and took the lead twice. Valentin with the opening goal there. We do equalise the first time here. Martinez showing his quality. And that was a good cross to find Law. Their goalkeeper should be ashamed. But they took the lead again before half-time, and I was frustrated because I genuinely couldn't believe we were letting this happen. We seem to let this kind of problem happen a lot, and maybe I should force my players inside, but who knows. Either way, we equalised again. Bagador with a cross this time, and it was almost identical to how we scored, or we conceded the opening goal, but Hamberlik did get that goal. So, 2-2, we're still unbeaten. We should have won the game though. We were so much better, but their chances were really good. So, I guess I should be disappointed with the fact we didn't win by a bigger scoreline. Who knows? We then went to Pionik in the Champions League, I think Armenia, and beat them 5-0 where Blair with the opening goal of the game. That was deflected, yes, but it was a good finish either way. And once that goal went in, we started to really tear our opponents apart. We're finally getting ourselves confidence. Where Bledo is found again, this time by Gonzalez. A good finish there. And we decided to be really, really nasty in this game to make it 3-0 inside 37 minutes. Konya with that goal. I actually missed that goal initially because I went off to do something else. That's how confident I got. I literally was so confident that I knew I could leave and we would win. Well, Bledo does this and they scored own goals. So he doesn't get the hat-trick, unfortunately, for himself. But we are so good. Hamberlik is running, places across, finds Andre Santos, and that is 5. So a very good performance, and we deserve to win this game so comfortably. The fact we scored twice in the 91st minute tells you a lot, I think. We then went to Uripes and beat them 3-0. Andre Santos finds Law. He finds Gonev, who scores his first goal of the season. He had a goal earlier. He didn't make a mistake this time. And we make it 2 inside 81 minutes. Martinez gets his first ever goal with this effort, a really nice goal. And then we make it 3 inside 93 minutes. Konya, Torrigiano, Robledo is having his best season in front of goal, and yet I'm still buying players ahead of him because I can. Would you feel annoyed too? I think you'd be annoyed, but either way, a very convincing performance, and we were really good. We then went and hosted Pionik for the second leg and beat them 2-0, where Bledo finds Bogner for the opening goal. A very nice finish for his first of the season. And then we make it 2-0. 2 minutes later, Bagador finds Bledo, and it's a combination again. This time, Bogner was a bit luckier, but he still scores. It's still a 2-goal win. and we'll take it any day of the week, even if we potentially, and perhaps even should have, scored a third goal, but who knows. We then took on Gmod and beat them 5-0. Our team feels complete for the first time in a while, and Andre Santos scores the opening goal of the day. In the second half is when we really start to get going. Andre Santos finds Gonzalez, and Gonzalez is having the time of his life with that goal. We then make it 3. Diaz, making his debut appearance in the league, finds Andre Santos. He finds the back of the net with that effort. A really good finish. And then we make it 3. Salazar has his corner blocked, and Diaz scores the opening goal of the game, or his opening goal of the season with that effort. And then Okeke, in his last league game for us, finds Salazar. He finds Andre Santos, and Garnev is found and is played through to get his second goal of the season. A really good game, and that was our last league game before we met up, though we still had our Champions League game. The reason we're in second place right now is because we've not played our 5th game yet, which is against, I assume, Vasas or Fonvar. I don't know which one it is, but I don't care either. We're really, really good right now, and our league performances is starting to take shape. If we hadn't drawn against DS Jewelry, who are actually in 4th place, then we would actually be top right now, but it is what it is, but it's also not the end of the world. We're doing okay. We then took in Copenhagen and beat them 8-0. Yeah, this was a weird result, and I don't know how it happened, but Brian Law scores the opening goal in, say, 4 minutes. We then start to really get going, 7 minutes in, and yeah, 8 minutes in, Torrigiano does that. Really good finish there. I'm happy. And then 16 minutes in, we make it 3-0. Law just runs, finds Torrigiano, finds Salazar. Salazar finds the back of the net. 3 different goal scores inside the first 16 minutes. And then 33 minutes in, we make it 4. Salazar finds Torrigiano. He finds Andre Santos, finds Law. Law finds the back of the net. And then we make it 5 inside 39 minutes. Barros finds Law. He cuts inside, completes his hat-trick. That's a really good performance from the winger. And then we still make it 6. Yeah, we still had time to make it 6-0. Martinez places it across, finds Law again. Law gets his 4th for the game. And we still have time to make it 7-0 before half-time. Oh my word, what is this? Yes, Salazar scores again. That's 7 now. And we still can make it 8 towards the end. And Pena making his debut for us, I believe, at this point. Finds Law. He plays across to find Balkner. Yeah, Law had the time of his life right there. 4 goals and 1 assist. Man of the match performance by some distance. And he completely tore Copenhagen into pieces. And I can't believe it even happened. So, this is really good. And the worst part is, their goalkeeper, Joey De Boer, still got a 7.3 average rating, despite the fact he conceded 8 goals. You almost feel sorry for the 16-year-old they threw in goal. Why is a 16-year-old thrown in goal for them? I have to check. I am going to scout him out of pity, but I'm going to scout him either way. He might be good. We then took on Copenhagen again and beat them 4-1 in the second leg to win 12-1 overall. Garnev scores the opening goal inside 39 minutes. We then started to score again, and 40 minutes in, we score again. Oh, Diaz cuts inside, does that. That's his first Champions League goal. Good stuff. We then make it 3 inside 41-42 minutes. Diaz plays across to find Garnev. It's so simple. And then we score again in the first half. You would have thought we'd taken mercy, but no. Torrigiano's shot is deflected in and it's gone in. I think it's his goal. I might be wrong. We did concede though. We did take pity on them at this point. And we did fall asleep a little bit. But we still won by a very big margin. And we're in the Champions League phase. Who did we get? And did any other Hungarian teams make it to the league phase of their competitions? Well, this is our Champions League draw. We've been given Benfica, Fenerbahce, PSG, Newcastle, Strasbourg, Sturm Graz, Real Madrid and AC Milan. There are some easier teams in here than others. Strasbourg, Sturm Graz, Fenerbahce, Benfica, I think are winnable. Newcastle we can beat. We beat them at their ground last time. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this time. PSG, AC Milan, Real Madrid, I don't see us beating. If we could beat them, that's great. If we can't, it's not the end of the world. Oh, we've also managed to get a new affiliate for the first time. Yeah, I might have been busy with the affiliate stuff behind the scenes as well. We've got a link in China now, which is great. Obviously, they're not amazing. I did try to go for their youth academy as well to see if it was good. The youth recruitment is actually really good. It's just a shame that their academy coaching is terrible. And I don't think they have any really good players. But I just wanted to test out the waters and see if I can get any team from China. This could be terminated anytime I want, but who knows? We could take advantage of this in the meantime and potentially do some interesting things. The fact they got a Hungarian player as a key player is telling me a lot, and he's also rubbish. What on earth? Oh, we also got this team to be our affiliates as well, and this happened during the summer as well. I didn't bring this up last time because I forgot to bring it up, but there you go. This team is also our affiliates, and we've got a good link with them. It's decent money, I think, and we could take a full advantage of the whole situation if they don't get promoted. They're in trouble right now. I don't think they're going to get promoted anytime soon. I don't think they have the best of team either right now, so it's just one of those things. We had it, we might as well take advantage of it. Financially, we've got £52.2 million in the bank, and we've got £28 million in the transfer budget, and about £500,000 that we could use potentially in the wage budget, but only spending 381,000 of it. There's also one thing I should really talk about that I might have forgotten to mention until I just suddenly remembered it now. We had a board takeover. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot to mention this, but we had a board takeover earlier in August, and they've changed some club vision stuff. They want me to spend the original transfer budget and to not sign players over the age of 30, so that's interesting. I didn't think that would be anything we need to worry about, but okay. It's completely different from the fans, but I get the impression that the fans are not that important compared to the board. Or at least for the board. Still moderate, still 1.2 million social media followers, but the board have different plans now, which is fun. Also, we're sending a load of coaches out on coaching courses, and we've got some noticeable names now in our background team. Mike Dodds is my new assistant manager. Stuart Dallas is now a coach of ours. He's quite good for a coach with a Continental C license. We've got Ken Sema as a coach as well on a Continental C license. Omar Mascara is also a coach for the B team. He's studying his Continental C license. Tokchanov is also a coach with a National A license. He's not terrible, but he's not amazing either. We're helping him get his coaching licenses. He's also coaching the under-19s. Ahmed Baneka is a new scout of ours. He's got a lot of knowledge that we're really happy he's got. Eden Jekka's a coach here as well. He's only got a National B license. Imagine how good he'll be once he gets the Continental Pro license, eh? We also brought in Marko Dosic as well. He's got a National B license. He's also an under-19s coach. Rabbi Kaziri is also a coach with a National C license. He's coaching the second team. Bastian Bauer is our new head of sports scientist. He's almost perfect for the role. He's only 32 with a 19 sports scientist rating, so we've got someone really good for the role. Joe Fryer is a new recruitment analyst. Marko Mitrovic is a new scout as well. He applied for the role and also has a lot of knowledge. Ladislav Sikman is a new performance analysis. Despite the fact he's unambitious, I don't think it'll hurt us. And Ruben Diaz is the new second team coach as well. He's studying for his National A license. So in the end, we are the only Hungarian team in the Champions League, which is a shame because I thought we'd do better than this. Unfortunately, there's also no Hungarian teams in the Europa League, despite the fact there's a team from Moldova in the Europa League. Should I feel annoyed by this or not? There is only one team from Hungary other than us in the league phase of Europe, and that is Puskás Akadémia. They ended up getting knocked out of the Champions League and the Conference League. It was very disappointing to see that they was knocked out comfortably by some teams. Dynamo Kyiv, understandable. They beat Hearts in the Europa League, but were knocked out by Partizan in the Europa League, which is a shame. Ferencváros were knocked out by Wolfsburg in the Conference League, which, let's be honest, it was always going to be an uphill challenge from there. So they knew to have the best of luck, which they didn't get. Ferencváros were knocked out of the Europa League by Adana Demirspor, and then knocked out by Midtjylland in the Conference League, which honestly, having been 2-0 up, is very disappointing to see them lose it, having lost 3-0 in the second leg. While JLAB actually got the last phase of the qualifying rounds in the Conference League, but lost to Nacional. They drew 2-2 in the first leg and actually came to their ground with a 2-2 draw, only to lose 3-2. It was unfortunate. And then you realise that Nacional also have 2 players sent off. I did not realise how bad that was. That's actually quite bad now, look at this. What on earth happened here? Did us beating them 5-0 really rock their confidence that much? I hope not. But as things stand, we are still 3rd place right now in the best nations coefficients, but we've also only got 2 teams. Scotland are having a good year so far, which is annoying. But yes, hopefully we can do better, and hopefully we can get at least a 10 rating this year with 2 teams in Europe, but you never know. Scotland are the closest chances to us, but as things stand, we are good above Belgium, but Belgium are Belgium, so I would expect them to go above us again in the future. They're losing a very good year, mind you. We're losing a decent year, but not a terrible year. If we can improve on the 9.5 year, that's still great. That is the hope, but I don't think it will happen, unfortunately. Turkey feels like it's a bit out of reach, as does Austria. So hopefully in the next 3 years, we can catch both nations, but I wouldn't be massively shocked if we don't. Scotland is going to be the problem, I think, this year, potentially, if they continue to have a good season. But you never know, we might get lucky. What I'm going to be doing is ending this here, though. What do you think of our transfer window? What do you think of our Champions League campaign? What do you think of everything else? Can we get 2 Hungarian teams in a knockout round of European football again? And if so, how far could we go? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of that down below. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.